President Trump said about crime in D.C. on Thursday, and then we'll continue our conversation.
Half of the people here, maybe all of the people, so you live in D.C., you are petrified to go out, and you're liberal, and if you're liberal, you're going to have to change. You're Democrats, you're going to have to change your ways. So we will have crime under control very shortly in D.C., but they're record numbers, and sadly, what I guess the mayor did, but whoever it was, they asked the numbers to be fudged so that it would show less crime than the fact. The fact is, it's worse than it's ever been, and we will have it just like we did at the border, where the borders are totally in great shape right now, the best ever, record-setting shape. We'll have the crime situation solved in D.C. very soon. And we're also going to beautify the city. We have a beautiful city, but you can't have graffiti, and you can't have roads with potholes, and you can't have the medians, the dividers in the roads falling down on the street. We're going to be beautifying the city, making it really beautiful. We're going to be getting the criminals the hell out of here. We don't want the criminals in Washington, D.C.
Mr. Woodson, I want to ask you to comment on the Congressional Black Caucus. They put out a statement, and here is a portion of that statement. We'll put it on the screen. Taking over local control of the D.C. Metropolitan Police and deploying the National Guard under the guise of public safety puts residents in danger. This unprecedented attack on D.C. home rule is a blatantly racist and despicable power grab, and it won't stop in Washington, D.C. While we don't yet know the full impact this decision will have on D.C. and the black and minority communities Trump has suggested he may target next, we do know this: militarized over-policing will inevitably lead to increased fear and mistrust among communities that have too often been treated as occupied populations rather than as citizens who deserve to be served and protected. I wonder what you think of that, and if you agree with what they're calling militarized over-policing and increasing fear and mistrust.
When, I can best quote a man when the Klan came to Washington, D.C., was demonstrating. A Washington Post reporter went up to an 84-year-old man in Ward 8, one of the highest crime areas here. They said, "What do you think? Are you going to demonstrate against the Klan?" He said, "Bring them down here if they can get rid of these drug dealers." He was not being some conservative, uncaring about race. His reality was very different. The very fact that less than 9% of people in high crime areas in these cities even vote in the mayor's elections means there's the height of apathy. The great promise of the civil rights movement was if you put blacks in charge of these cities, the police departments, the school systems, the great promise was conditions will improve for all blacks. Well, some of those same members of the Black Caucus have been in charge of these cities for 50 years, where the very conditions continue to deteriorate, not for all blacks. There are 1,600,000 black millionaires, and the number of blacks who finish college has dramatically increased. So if racism were the sole culprit, the question is, why are not all blacks suffering equally? So the Black Caucus needs to come up with their agenda for solving these problems. What is their agenda for reducing violence, about investing in these communities? They have none, because they profit off of the despair of low-income communities. And that's a reality that we must confront.
On the Republican line in Georgia, Carolyn, you're on the air with Mr. Woodson.